Right, so now you join me on the underside of Mark's Mark 3 Focus RS. Welcome to MJ Performance. Is the next bit I'm going to show you. So as you can see, look, we've done the rear motor mount. You know, it's nothing super exciting about that. You know, it's a mount tune one. You can see it there, look. That's all done and dusted. Right, so a bit more interesting is the radium catch can, look. So you can see it up. I'll try and get up here and point to it, look. So that's the catch can. This is the petcock drain. So basically what we do is it's all been thing. It's got the tap up there, look, little red. You can see the red. If you can't see it, yeah, the red tap to twist it to drain it out. But you've got a dipstick on top of it, so you know be quite rare for you to drain it out unless you just left it, and you know, until it filled up. But that'll take a long time. Yeah, I've just cable tied it to the gearbox. It's not been used there. That hole there in the casting. All right, and then obviously we need to put the undertray up, which is over there, look, and then it will come through one of the front ducts, look. We'll trim this off, obviously, and yeah, and it'll be all nice and neat then. So, but if I let the car down, look, let's wander over here, look. Can't miss that, can we? It's quite important. So let's go down with the scissor lift, and then we'll go around and show you what I've done with regards to the manifold, and then you see the top section of the catch can, and then we'll show you the turbo crossover, first bit down to the turbo, which is the bit that was missing. So we go right in there, there we are. All right, so this is the first bit that we talked about, down to the turbo, and then he already had this part. See the pre and the post bit of the crossover. He's already talked about it before. He's already got the K&N air filter in there. There's the lovely mount tune manifold. Just makes it look far better than the standard plastic one, which, you know, just looks a bit cheap and nasty, doesn't it? Throttle pipes all back up again. Now, one thing that they don't do, which is I find a bit strange. So on the original, obviously the vac pipe, right, that clips on to these bits here, look. See them? Well, obviously it doesn't have that on the mount tune one. All right, so they give you some cable ties and whatever, and I suppose what they do is just cable tie it to the main loom there. Well, again, just looks a bit scruffy, that's all. So what we do is we cut down some, that's just bit like soft coated rubber pipe, really. You know, so we just cut down some of them and cable tie it through that, and it acts as a spacer. So it just brings it away from the loom. Just looks a lot neater, that's all. And it just, you know, and it just flows and sits a bit better, that's all. All right, but yeah, it looks pretty cool, much better than the, and it's all, you know, it's all matches. Like, he's already got the mount tune filler cap, hasn't got the dipstick, maybe you will get that, but it all matches now, doesn't it? And then we've added it with the radium catch can. Now, mount tune do use some radium products on some of the applications, so it blends in well with it. And then obviously this is all been made neat now down there. Yeah, so all I've got to do now is put the undertray back up and trim that pipe down. We're putting a per-alloy header tank on it. I did mention that because what I said to Mark was, when you open up the bonnet, this all looks great, and then you you can't help but notice that, you know, we've still got the original basic header tank, which, you know, they go off colour after a while. They can leak, you know, they split and deteriorate. So, but yeah, so we'll be putting on a textured black header tank with side sight glass. I'll show you that on Richard's. So it'll go from that to that look, which looks far better, doesn't it? Far superior. So as you can see, look, so when you look at the whole, I mean, Richard's is a bit different because obviously it's got our custom billet manifold and, you know, all the meth lines and all that sort of stuff. So this is a bit different. There, he's got the mount tune dipstick, look. See that? So, yeah. But yeah, it just looks a lot better than the standard one, I think. Well, of course it does. You can't really argue with that. And yeah, Richard's already got the pre-crossover pipe, look, the secondary into that. So all the same, really. We're just doing the same thing. Yeah. If you're wondering, some of you've probably spotted and said, "What the hell is this?" Well, basically, right. So this car runs, like I said, it's got the KW V3 coilovers, which gives you the full adjustment, you know, the height, and obviously you got the height adjustment on the coilovers, and then you've got the certain adjustments for the, you know, soft and hard and rebound and all that sort of stuff. And this, mine's got the DDC plug and play on it, all right? So mine doesn't need any resistors. So basically, because it's all integrated into it in it, so that's what you pay for on the DDC plug and play. You pay for the convenience of plugging it in, and it all works as the OE suspension. When you go for the V3s, it's a lot cheaper, but you don't get that benefit. So what they do is they supply you with 4 of these, which is the resistor, canceller, whatever you want to call it. And basically what it does is it fools it to thinking that you know, the drive mode's successful. Because if you didn't put these on, you wouldn't get any drive modes. It would just all get confused. So, but this one, for some reason, it's come, yeah, it's been stuck down like that, with that, and it's dislodged. And I found it just sat down there. So I will reposition that and put it under the scuttle plate. But I'll do that a bit later. There's no rush for that, because I need to get this one off, because I need to be making a start on derricks. All right, so yeah, so that's it. So there's plenty more to come on this one yet. So I've got the header tank to do, and just to finish up, and I'll show you when I put the under tray off where that, you know, the pipe, it's a drain pipe in it from the catch can. You can see that the tap down there, look. So, you know, when you want to go to do it, you just, you know, twist it to open it up. You see it's open, and then you drain it out. If there's anything in it, and you just put your hand in there and just twist it back to lock it, and that's it. But you've got a dipstick here, look, which is, look, obviously it's nothing in at the moment, it's been running, is it? But you'll get, you know, Richard's got it and Robert had it, and it's, yeah, you get a tiny little bit of residue in there, but nothing major. But yeah. So anyway, enough of me gassing away here. Let's crack on, and I'll be back with the next bit of the vid soon. See ya. Right, guys and girls. Yeah, let's continue with Mark's cracking MK3 Focus RS in white. Looks lovely in white, isn't it? Yeah, it's don't see many of them in this colour. They're all nitrous blue, aren't they? But anyway, so we talked about what I've done here with the mount tune manifold, the radium catch can, all that set up. Breather plates on as well, which you can't really see. No, it's difficult to see, but it's in there anyway. There's a radium breather plate. The pre hose, it's not hose, is it? Cast pre pipe work down to the turbo mount tune. You already had the secondary one there, post one, whatever. So yeah, that's all done. So, and the drain and all that sort of stuff. Rear motor mount's all done. So now we talked about, we're going to change this, all right? So this is the original header tank, which they all come with that. The car isn't a lot of mileage, so it's still quite fresh. You can see it's still got the paint mark on it from factory. This won't have any splits or deterioration on it as yet, but so that doesn't really apply on this install. It's more of cosmetic looks. It looks just, you know, it just looks out of place, and you've got everything else there looks cracking, look, and then you move across and you're staring at this. So we're going to change it for a paralloy one, which is here. So I'll just show it to you quickly. Look, we'll up in the reception. So this is the paralloy one that we talked about. It's a nice textured black finish. Use the original cap, which is great. So you can have one with the sight glass or one without. Obviously, we always go for the one with the sight glass, and obviously your fill would be right across the centre of that dot. Right, that's your, because it needs room to expand. You don't fill it right up, because when it gets hot, it'll expand. So when you go to the car, when it's cold, before you start it, it should be right across that centre line. And then obviously once you've been driving around, if you went to check it again, it would be right up there, because obviously it expands and it rises, doesn't it? So that's, you know, how it works. So you always fill it when it's, you check it when it's cold, because that's where you're going to get your accuracy from. But yeah, it comes with the little fit in the, you know, the stainless Jubilee clip. But yeah, nice, got this little overflow there. So it's quite straightforward to fit, to be honest. On that there, that's for the little lug that you see there. So on the original, you'll see it's got it's there, look. So that's the original. So that's the little bung on the end of there. So that gets transferred onto there. Obviously, what does it do? Well, look, it stops it from bottoming out on the engine mount casting. So it's a cushioner, isn't it, basically? So what I'm going to do now is crack on and get that one fitted up, and then I'll continue it and I'll show you with it all fitted. All right, so see you in a bit. So let's continue with Mark's cracking MK3 Focus RS in white, very low mileage. I think we've already explained about what I'm doing, if you've been following the progress on this one. So we'll dive straight into it, look, and show you what's been done. So the last thing we had to fit was the header tank. So we got a Pro Alloy header tank, look. Obviously we're retaining all the original hoses. You got the sight glass there. That's all cool. Just finish it off, because I think what I mentioned last time was that you open up the bonnet and you got the mount tune inlet manifold, you got the mount tune crossover pipe, the catch can that we fitted and all this sort of stuff, and then you're looking at an original stock plastic header tank. It just doesn't make the full kit there, Laura, do you think, under the bonnet?
It's nice, isn't it?
Finishes it off nice, doesn't it? And of course it's a lot more robust, better in it. It's all alloy, all hand fabricated. But yeah, so just to recap, Mark supplied me with the first turbo pipe. That's down onto the turbo on the mount tune side of it. He's already had this bit here, so we fitted that, and we fitted a radium catch can, the PCV one, and we fitted the mount tune inlet manifold, which he supplied as well. He also supplied a rear lower motor mount. We fitted that, we showed you that, and we fitted like I say, the finishing bit was, I recommend that they have the Pro Alloy header tank, that's been done. MOT'd it as well, that's all done. The other thing which we're just, if you're wondering why the headlights are out, that's because we're upgrading the bulbs. The bulbs on these, I think they're like a 4300K colour. Now, your K colour is, for those, you know, your Kelvin colour is, the higher the number, the more blue, well, it goes up in stages, doesn't it? Yellow through to white, then up to blue. You've got to be a bit sensible, you know, sort of like, you don't want blue lights, do you, on the front? So the 4300 ones have still got they've got a little yellow tinge to them, so they're not very bright, you know. So we upgrade them to the 5000, which will be these, look, to a 5500K, right? So what that does is, as it says there, look, whiter headlamp. So it is. So these are Xenons. They come in standard. So the standard one's there. This is the one that we're going to be fitting, the 5000, and it gives you a nice pure white light. So the 6000K is about as far as you want to go, really. If you start going more than that, it starts getting bluer. Then you get silly, then, because then it gets really blue. 8000K is like, you know, that's ridiculous. It'd be illegal anyway. You'd be, you know, be breaking the law because you have like more like blue lights on the front. So the white light is, and it'll white car goes with that. It's great, and it'll transform it. So we're just in the midst of doing that now. Got to do the other one. I've always done one. do the other one because you've got to take it, get the bulb out, take it apart, swap over the little plastic ring bit and then click it back in and all that sort of stuff. Then I'll set up the beam alignment again on the beam tester. And then it'll be final row test. And then yeah, customer can come and collect. So yeah, we'll, bit more to do and then we'll finish up on it soon when all the headlights are back in and all that sort of stuff. All right, probably do a finish off vid outside in the sun because it's lovely. All right, so catch up in a bit.